I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 21 of Volume 6, and this is the New Year! Well, not quite, New Year's Eve anyway, so if you watch it on New Year's Eve, enjoy, have a little tipple, and just watch me load a really random tape. Look at this. This is properly random. There's literally nothing on it. The only thing it says on here is 87, and I have no idea what that is. I don't have a corresponding cassette case, so this is a proper mystery, a Memorex C60, so 60 minutes, so that's 30 minutes per side, very exciting, or is it longer? I don't know why it says 120 on there, that's really weird. I suppose that's double the number, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, but what I quite like about this is the way that the sides are measured. That's side 1, because it's got 1 dot, and that's side 2 because it's got 2 dots. So anyway, there's definitely specky sounds on it. It goes all the way through, not like the other day when we basically put on 720 and that was the only one. But yeah, there's specky stuff all the way through here. So without further ado, let's get this into a tape drive. Right, the tape's in the drive, so let's go down to our favourite, let's go down to basic, and load it, and we'll see what's on here. This will be a new one, actually. It's kind of, I like the ones when there's nothing on them, so we don't know what they are. These are the kind of most interesting of the lot, and why not start a nice new year, 2024. I never really expected to get to 2024, and I not ever thought, oh, golf. I wonder if it's Konami's golf. Could be. Konami's Golf by Imagine, I think, released it. We'll see. Anyway, but I never really kind of expected to get to 2024 in the strange sort of way that there was not an awful lot going on. I was talking to my wife about this the other day, and 2024 is one of those odd years for us. It's kind of, it doesn't have any anniversaries that have of big sort of significance in it. 23 did. That was a big birthday for me. 25 does. There's lots of wedding-related things. We've been together for a very, very long time. But 24. It's just one of those years with kind of, we'll just need to get through 24 and get out the other side, I think, is the answer to that one, and then see what happens in the new, in the new year. But that's a name I recognise, Sean McClure. I'm sure. Oh, it's not the golf I'm thinking of, though. By the way, it's a different kind of golf. Look at those pants. Those are beautiful magenta pants. Those are lovely. Those screened by Sean. Sean was known for his. I think he did Nomad for Ocean. I think that's one of the. In fact, I think he did a lot of games, to be honest with you. But I feel this is quite an early one. 88. I think possibly an early one. I hope you've got a beverage. I mean, have a beverage, a merry beverage, whatever type it is. Possibly some kind of alcoholic one if you want, or non-alcoholic, whatever takes your fancy. I read an article recently that suggested that many Brits are just giving up alcohol completely. Just had enough of it. It's quite expensive. I can kind of get that, I see this is going back a bit though. I remember when I was a younger man, and that's a long time ago now, a younger man, I could go with £10 in my pocket and still have 5 rounds of beer. It was quite impressive. Or you'd buy 1 round of beer for 5 of your mates, you and 5 of your mates, and you'd get 5 rounds back again. It was quite phenomenal, really, what you could get for £10 back in the day. I went out the other day with for a curry with some lovely work colleagues and friends, and we went out for a lovely curry the other night. And we went to, just before we got there a bit early, so we said, right, fine, we'll go into the local, there's a little pub next door, beautiful little, to be fair, it's built into what was a terraced house, but been really nicely done, sort of knocked through properly and whatever else is, but anyway, into the pub. And we ordered a couple of pints. I wanted a couple of pints of cider, or I wanted a pint of cider, and he wanted a pint of cider. We ordered a couple of pints of cider. It was very nice cider. Old Moot, is it called Moat? Old Moat, something like that. Anyway, and they made a real effort. They put a raspberry in it and some blueberries, which I thought was quite a nice touch, considering that was the flavour it was meant to be, and a nice bit of ice and whatever else. Delicious. It was a beautiful pint, but it was £12 for 2 of them. I mean, that's £6 a pint. That's ridiculous. That's insane. I personally think that's really insane. Just for a cider, realistically. I don't know what happened to the world. What happened to the world? I noticed prices, though, are creeping down on a few things, though, in between Christmas and New Year. I did notice that, because, of course, the fuel has dropped yet again. It's dropped by another sort of 10p. It's way down to sort of about £1.36. £1.30. Yep, I stopped the tape. Old game, no. Please wait. So starting a new game. Not one I recognise, this one. It feels very basic. How did the Spectrum community meet each other back in the day, though? I mean, these guys who did these games, how did they get together? Your first initial, R, for real, and your surname. Oh, can't spell. Yeah, how did these guys meet? Did they just, like, write together and all this kind of stuff? Do you want the printer option? No, I don't. Because I don't have a printer. Start the original tape, I will. It's going to load my level now. But this isn't just a whole side of golf. It could possibly be, you know. We'll see. Well, you never know. This is the beauty of what's on the tape. Taking these tapes and we just don't know what's on them. I mean, I've got years and years. I mean, what we calculated something like one of the sort of last batch of the tapes I got. I mean, there must have been 8.5 years worth of tapes from Kenneth. Thank you, Kenneth. They were all his own as well. He did tell me that. He confirmed that as well. He confirmed that all those tapes and that little one that we went back to before, those are all his tapes. Can you believe it? How many tapes? Wow, that was a lot of duplication that went on back in the day. A lot of duplication. It often makes me wonder, though. Coffee was good. It often makes me wonder, though. Nothing's happening. Oh, that's not very good. Are we hung? You can't hang at that point. We were doing so well. We'll do it again quickly. That was a load. I often wonder whether or not you remember there was a copying program called 007, and there was one called the Key. Now, I had to copy the key, and I copied the key with the key. I mean that's called irony. That is, isn't it? Do you remember? You know, you sort of put the key in, and it would load it into memory, and what it would do is it stay in memory, and you'd load the game in, and then the key would give you the option to save the game back again by writing it back to your tape, and it was really cool, actually, to be honest with you, because you got a near perfect sort of version of it. You know, it was a perfect version apart from the loading screen. You never got loading screen. It was really good for sort of early 16K games, some 48K games, but those ones that really maxed out the memory, there wasn't enough space for the key to sit in that lower sort of. I don't know how much memory it used, actually. I mean, it used like 2K or something like that. Can you imagine that? Nowadays, to tell a programmer to use that kind of thing. I remember back in the early days of the PC, when the early gaming demos were you know, how much you could get into 64K, and that was on the PC, and you know, what could you do, and what 3-dimensional graphics could you throw up on the screen, and it was clever stuff. I don't see how the demo scene of nowadays can quite compete with the demo scene of the Amiga days and the Spectrum and even the early PC days. I don't see how they can compete with those amazing demos. I must find some of those, actually. I still probably have them, those original demos back from the day. Yeah, I don't know how you would. How would you compete with it? It's not the same thing, is it? It's not even close. You can't even get close to it. I watched a thing the other day. Somebody had run Cyberpunk 2077, which is obviously a game from, I can't remember, a CD Red, isn't it? But they created this game, and although they created this game, they'd load this game and they put it with, they've got an NVIDIA 4090, trust me, a top of the range sort of machine which goes with it, and they had it all in 4K, and graphically, with the rendering, the light rendering, it just looked real, very real. Now, how do you compete with that if you're going to write a demo? I mean, you're now actually putting virtual or putting artificial maximums on yourself, aren't you? You have to put artificial limits on it to be able to do it, because if you can do that with a top of the range piece of kit, well, you can do that on every top of the range piece of kit. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, realistically. It's not quite like the old days, whereas, you know, we'd load something on the Spectrum, which was kind of amazing, and see it sort of load and run, and we would be like, wow, look at that, you know, the demo thing there. I mean, thinking about you know, loading and things like that. Think about things like Freddy Hardest. Freddy Hardest was a fantastic intro sequence. That was a really good intro sequence. I mean, even when we loaded Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. That was a cartoon book all the way through, wasn't it? And sort of loading through it. I know it was 45 minutes worth, but it was a cartoon-esque sort of loading thing. There's just some clever stuff back in the day. There really was some clever bits and pieces. Right, we'll try this again to see whether it loads. I have a bad feeling that we're not going to get Championship Golf. I don't know how big Championship Golf is actually to be on DH Games. D&H Games. Sounds like some kind of spa, doesn't it? D&H Games. Let's have a little look. See if we can search for it. Champion. There is a stop. You have stopped. Championship Golf. Oh, it's there. I've got it. Just in case it doesn't work, we've got it. Do you want to load an old game? Is it an old game, do you think? I'm going to say no. Please wait. I'm waiting. Must be like spawning level or something like that. Randomly generated. Back in the day, that was pretty normal. Nowadays, everybody gets excited and says, pardon me, it's procedurally generated and all this kind of stuff. But back in the day, we kind of expected things to randomly generate. No. Start the original tape. Fingers crossed it loads this time round. We'll see. I've got a loader anyway, just in case. Come on, load the original tape. I'm hoping it hasn't got a save on it, which is the reason why it keeps on not loading. It's possible, I suppose. Yeah, oh, there we go. Get my PlayZX just at the ready, just in case. Come on, please load. I gave the cassette a nice clean beforehand because I thought I would make sure I did that. I've got a cassette though for coming up. I don't know if we can get it in. We'll get it in before the end of the season. Yeah, we probably will. Yeah, it's done that same thing. Right there. Okay, right. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to see whether or not I can load it from this PlayZX version of it. Let's get this in here. Not that I'm bothered about playing golf. I just wanted to see what this one was like. It would be nice to see. Right. Let's just play it now and see what happens. There we go. Gotta make sure I pause it at the right time, though. Golf load. D&H Games. I can imagine one of these is just a hand-drawn sort of picture of it on the front of it. I can't imagine it being more exciting than that. So did you have some? Did you get some nice things for Christmas? I got colds and flu. The whole family got it. Most of them spent the day in bed on Christmas Day. In fact, we've been still sort of churning our way through it, and we haven't quite got to the end of it yet. We all seem to be still quite ill and still quite in bed. It's a bit sad, really. It's a bit savage, unfortunately. Made us think, why did we bother having Christmas? One of those things as well. You know when the things go wrong, they can always go wrong. But you know when you get to that sort of what's it called? That point where you've ordered your Christmas food, and you've ordered it because you're not going to be able to get to the shops. So you've ordered it, and you've had to get it at sort of 6 o'clock in the morning because every other bugger's thought about ordering their Christmas shopping at the same time. And you get your Christmas shop, and then you realise that your Christmas dinner you're going to have on Christmas Day, basically because you had to order it a day early. It's not ready. It's going to be ready a day earlier as well. So you have to have your Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve. And you didn't really want it on Christmas Eve, so everybody sits around the table miserably eating Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve because you didn't really want it Christmas Eve, but you didn't want to freeze it because you'd then have to defrost it all day on Christmas Day, and you didn't really want to fancy doing that, so you end up with this sort of scenario of miserable people eating it and going, I didn't really want this today. This is not what I wanted, and especially as everybody was cold and not feeling very well, it went down extremely well. We basically, I think we got to. Did we get to Christmas Day by Boxing Day? Sort of. I think. Funnily enough, what made my Boxing Day was I desperately wanted an apple and some nectarines. So I went to Sainsbury's because it was open, and then I purchased some nectarines and some apples and some cereal because I wanted some cereal. You know how these things in your head, and you go, do you know what? All I want, I don't want another chocolate. I just want some nice bit of cereal and a bit of milk on it, a splash of milk, and it'll be fine, absolutely fine. But I hope your Christmas was a little bit less eventful than our Christmas. Ours was, well, I say eventful. Ours was not eventful in any way, shape, or form. Ours was purely sort of, I guess, hard work in the sense of the way we were all feeling, realistically. I'm hoping this is going to not do something horrible here when I have to press the pause button quickly. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting. I'm expecting it to want me to pause it in a second. We've loaded golf 3 times so far. Nothing wrong with a bit of golf. I hope it's worth it. I hope this is the greatest golf game I've ever played. You know, put it on and I'm like, oh my God. I'm as happy as He-Man when he pulls out his sword of power. Yes. Held aloft my mighty sword by the power of Grayskull. I don't even know what was on the telly. I watched the Doctor Who. I put myself through the Doctor Who. I didn't mind it. It was alright. I quite like the new Doctor Who. I quite like him. Shooty, isn't he? It's called Shooty. No. It's doing its thing now again. Yeah, I quite like that. I didn't mind it at all. I quite liked him. I quite liked his energy. I quite liked him dancing around in a kilt, to be honest with you, with a tank top. I thought that was quite fun. So yeah, I quite liked the new sort of Doctor Who. And what else did I like? Hang on, press the no, I don't want printer option. No. There we go. Got the original tape. Start. This doesn't work. I'll be very upset. It's not got much to go, to be honest with you. I think it was a load for another game, to be honest, on the other one. It's what my gut feeling is. We'll see in a second. So, I watched that. I also watched the Zack Snyder movie, the one that is getting... I don't know, it's getting a combination of criticised, but being also the greatest film that Netflix has ever produced at the same time. The Rebel Moon thing. I'm kind of looking forward to the second version, but I can't quite believe that he's doing like a kids version and an R18 version of it, or an AR version of it, R-rated version of it. I Zach's one of them people I just don't really get. Why did you just do the director's cut first and not do the director's cut later? Funnily enough, I may be just not waiting long enough here. Possibly. I don't know. If it doesn't work, I'm moving on. There's a lot of trying just to get this blooming thing not to work. There we go. Oh my god. I just didn't wait at the last one. Oh, Jersey Open. Right, okay. Practice, fixtures, change names, banks, sponsors, levels. Oh, right, it's like a golf, whatever else it is. Should we do practice for a second? Let's just practice. Let's do 5, a practice round. Oh, got time available to do it as well. I did a practice round and that was it. Oh, cool. M for menu. Let's do... Should we get a sponsor? G. No one's interested in sponsoring you. I'm rubbish, that's why. A, to play the tournament. Prize money is 75,000. Please wait. Oh, so I just didn't wait long enough earlier. Oops. Bad me. Terrible. Terrible individual. What a terrible individual I am. Just should have waited. If you were shouting at the screen, wait, then I completely understand. Do you want to visit your bookies? No, because I'm not gambling on myself. Playing round 1. Okay. How do I know how good I am? I kind of like stats games. I have to admit, I'm a bit of a fan of it. I do like Championship Football Manager '93 because there's enough stats that I can follow it, but not too many that I can't. Does that make sense? You know, it's sort of the chance that I don't even know how well I'm doing though. It just says Jersey Open, Jersey, total prize. Yeah. Anyway, but it's just got enough stats that I know what I'm doing with the game, but not too many that I'm overwhelmed by the choices. And there is a limit for my sort of enjoyment of things with statistics in it. I think there is definitely. Quite like the idea of a skill tree, but not too big. That's why I think I like things like Skyrim, and I think I quite like the Fallout ones games, because I quite like the skill tree is what I would call not too big, but just big enough. I've started playing. I was given away free from Epic this Christmas. I hope you've been getting your Epic games. That I got. This is amazing. Literally is just sitting here playing round 2. And nothing's happening. It's just pure. There's stats going on in the background. Like a little spectrum's like, if a 1 plus 2 is 2, 2 plus 3, 4, 5. If we do the square root of round playing prize money Jersey Open combined with the open to weight less, whatever else, it's the spectrum's having a little meltdown. I think I can feel the heat coming off it. I can feel the heat. The heat is on. It's on the street. God. Obsidian created a game called Outer Worlds. That's what's been given away at Christmas from Epic Games. So we'll keep giving away games until up to the new year. Why pay for them when you don't need to? Epic Games will give them away free to you. I did. Here's. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's actually done something. It took forever. I don't know what I'm called. I have no idea who I am. Oh, I am. Yes, I do. Oh, I didn't even feature in the top 20. Right. See to continue. Where did I feature? Looking for R Demon. Nope. What's going on now? Yeah, I was saying about Epic though. Epic, one of the bizarre things about Epic, right? Okay, so they're a bit like. Oh, I'm trying to think here what the best way of describing it is. They're basically trying to money their way into the market by basically giving away things free. I have no objection to free things. I like free things. Most people do. And just check this. That's a recorded file. This could be his load for it, but we'll see what it is. Anyway, no idea. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, it's the muscling the way, try to muscle the way into the market that's kind of not saturated. There's enough game sellers out there. They're not all. And I don't think they're struggling particularly. I think GOG's had some issues in the past, but there's other things out there, and Epic has been giving away free games for ages. And they obviously have to pay the people who. So if you get one of their free games, Epic has to pay the developer. Probably a reduced cost, but they have to pay the developer for giving away that game for free. So available on request. Cool. What's this? Oh, football thing. Right. Okay. 2 players, Super League. It might be all football this week, I'm afraid. Anyway, to Football Director it is. Right, anyway. So, they've been giving away these free, these free games, but they're losing money. So, instead of stopping giving away free games, which, to be fair, I haven't bought a game from Epic. I'll be honest. I've got over 200 games that I've got from Epic, and I haven't paid for a single one. So I'm just as guilty as everybody else who's been using the service just to get free games. Instead of stopping the free games because they're clearly not sinking the company but costing it a lot of money, they've battened down on the old free games and fired a whole bunch of human beings. Rather, the human beings had jobs, than keep doing the free keep doing the free games. I'd rather you didn't give me the free games, or if you did, they're only like 2 or 3 times a year. I know that would suit some people because, hey, free games are free games, so everybody likes them. But the point being that they fired a whole bunch of people rather than dealing with the what effectively is the gaping hole in their strategy, which is free stuff. Yeah, you don't see. There we go. You don't see Steam giving away free stuff like that particularly. GOG does it a little bit, but not to the same levels. And the stuff they're giving away is penny games anyway, most of the time. It's just a weird scenario. Okay, change team. Let's see. What team do you want to change? Oh, you can do like Leicester and stuff like that. Oh no, I don't want to change the name of the team. I'll just leave it as it is. I'm not bothered. Let's leave it like that. Oh, let's call it. I don't know. Let's call it Warwick or something like that. I can't think of something. Anything else? There you go. Let's just change its name. That's just completely ridiculous. F to finish. Start tape. This could be very much all, data type games. I don't mind Oh, we've paused again. We've got the load. There we go. Right. Okay. Search record. Average holders. Enter information. E. Number of games played. 20. Which division? 1. Name of team. Oh God. Was it Warwick? Number of wins. 5, 15, draws 3, number of goals for, I don't know, 90 against 30. They won the first division. What the hell is this about? Yeah. No. So what was this? Oh, it's like a list of records. You can create your own team sheety things and history, I guess. Look at this, average seasons. I guess this is... Oh, God. Huh? Oh, right. It's a stat machine. Huh. I guess this is just somebody who's seriously into football, wants to put the details in, so that they can kind of do some calculations. I guess you'd have done back in the days. A lot of people did football pools. So people still do football pools. I don't know if they do or not, but they probably did back in the day. And that's kind of possibly a thing that's related to that. Let's see what's on the tape. This is very much a what's on the tape. Blood. I don't know what kind of blood it is, but it's a blood. Is it blood? Is it Captain Blood? Could be Captain Blood. That was a good game. Well, so it was a good game. I never really understood what you meant to do on it, but it looked a good game. It was seriously sort of psychological in its looks. Could also be Captain Blood from Psygnosis range of games as well. Or was it Blood? Or was it just Blood? I don't know. We'll see in a second, won't we? Could be Brian Bloodaxe. That's got one of the greatest startups of any game ever. Makes you think the game has crashed. Goes back to the Spectrum screen. Reboots to the bottom. Those are the days when we remember we didn't do that. Do you remember the first Arkham Asylum computer game? Sea of Blood. Never even heard of it. Steve Jackson's and Ian Livingston's Seas of Blood. It's blood curdling. It's a nice picture, actually. I like that. I'm liking this tape, actually. It's been quite a good tape so far. A little bit different than the usual. I like it when things aren't quite what they seem. Seas of Blood. Do you think this is one of the Stephen Jackson and Ian Livingston? They wrote the fighting fantasy books. Do you remember those? Choose Your Own Adventure. Or you'd start at a particular page and then it would say, turn to page 43 or find 43. It was like sectional, actually, wasn't it? It wasn't page 43. I don't think as such. It was like changed to 43. You'd have to find 43 and it'd be like the pirate comes charging at you with his scimitar. What do you do next? And it's things like, a stand and fight, roll to dodge and stuff like that, and go to page whatever else it is, and you do that and kind of thing. I've got a nice story about Stephen Jackson. Stephen Jackson, my friend, lives and works in Chicago, lovely place, and he was at a book fair in Chicago, and my friend was struggling with the door with his books because he sells books. He's quite a collector. He sells and trades in books. It's what he likes doing and plays board games. Anyway, he was struggling with these doors, and this man came and helped him, and the man turned out to be Stephen Jackson, and they got him a cuppa, and said thank you very much for his help and whatever else is, and they said we've got a friend in the UK who likes your stuff. He's been playing your Munchkin game. Do you And he said, oh, not a problem, and he whipped out 2 Munchkin cards. Now Munchkin's like if you look it up, it's a game by Stephen Jackson. It's about cheating and levelling up and whatever else. It's very dungeony and it's very cool and styling and very, very Stephen Jackson. If you've seen it, you'll like it. It's called Munchkin. Anyway, have a little look for it. Anyway, he whipped out 2 Munchkin cards and signed them with Stephen Jackson or whatever else. My friend sent me those in the post, so I've got these 2 really rare cards that I've had mounted with Stephen Jackson's little. He does like a little, I guess, Illuminati style eye in a pyramid on it. And Stephen signed these, and and my friend sent these on to me. How nice is that? That was really nice. So I've got these 2 kind of cool cards from Munchkin, which is signed by Stephen Jackson. But it's one of those stories, isn't it, of I guess, humility over anything else. There was no celebrity worship amongst that. It was just a sort of a really sort of chilled out, easygoing kind of meeting somebody, having a couple with them, getting chatting, would you mind? Have you got something? They're probably just going to get some books to sign, and he whips out these things out of his pocket, because obviously that's what he does at these kind of shows and things like that, and sort of hands them over and says, "Here you go, not a problem." I mean, how nice. That's nice, isn't it? That is nice. That's beautiful. That's humanity, isn't it? And its very best. You can't really beat that kind of stuff. I mean, it's lovely. It's meeting the celebrity in the back. I watched a thing on what's it called? Oh, Sam somebody or other. The guy played Flash Gordon back in the day. I can't remember his name. Resume a save game. No. Oh wow. You are on the Banshee. You see the Banshee crew. Exits are down. Okay. Yeah, is it Sam? Oh, it's not. I can't remember his name, isn't it? But I watched a documentary, and he was a very nice, pleasant gentleman as well. Very much friendly with the people who are there. When he goes to a conference, he's there all day, and he's kind of involved with it all, and sort of just generally nice. Anyway, look, nothing special. Oh! Inhospitable coastline, the Banshee's crew, a merchant ship. You are attacked. Oh, got to press a button. Oh, it's doing dice. Wow. Cannon fire smashes into the enemy. I got 20. I got 15 there. I got 12. The Banshee is hit. 12. 19. Their rigging is shot away. Never seen these. I never knew that they did. I think I've got the forest one. I didn't realise one called Blood of the Seas of Blood. Sorry. My rigging was hit. You've won. Press enter. Plunder it. Plunder it. Oh, get coins. Your crew loot the sinking vessel and return with gold. I've got the gold. Down. Down. And a staff of healing. Get. It's my hold. I'm going to have to drop gold in it. Gold coins. Get rope. Up. Anchor ship. Is it anchor? Help. Another merchant ship. I like the fact we're just attacking merchant ships just randomly. Oh yeah. No. Yes, you have won. Hit enter. More gold coins. I'm loving this. You just go up and down, taking gold all the time. Drop. Gold. There should be loads of gold coins now. Gold coins and gold coins. East. West. North. South. Exit. Exit ship. Get off. Maybe. Get off the ship. Huh? Talk to crew. The crew don't understand what I'm doing, do they? Swim. You're in the sea. You see the Banshee. Okay, which way can I go? South. North. East. West. Enter. I'm back on the Banshee. This is going well. Let's carry on. Let's see what else is on here. That's kind of cool, though. That's kind of cool. Let's see what else we got down here. Let's see what else we got on this tape. I think it's quite. I think it's going rather well. I don't know about you, but I've rather enjoyed the madness of what we've had so far. I know there's been utter ridiculousness from my side, but from sort of what's this? Darch or something like that? I'm sure I've seen this before. I can't remember what it is though. Somebody's filled this tape to the brim with good specky goodness. Specky goodness. They've filled it to the brim. Making sure that every little nook and cranny is full with specky niceness. Something to keep us busy. It's gonna be a decent episode, this one, I think. I'm feeling we're gonna have a good one this time round. This is a game I haven't played. I remember the box being one of those larger cardboard boxes with black and white imagery on it, sort of very Celtic. Done Darch by Gargoyle Games. Gargoyle Games. Responsible for, of course, Ad Astra. A beast of a shoot 'em up. Apparently you can land on a space station on Ad Astra. I never even knew that. Just a mad game. Always enjoyed it, but sort of a mad shoot 'em up. Spectrum Hero, of course, over on Twitter. Not X, of course, because that's not what it is. I saw somebody with a bumper sticker the other day on a Tesla that said we bought this before we knew he was a maniac. I kind of, that's a fair comment, I think, I suspect. I don't think history's going to look back so favourably at that young man, unfortunately. I say young man, he's older than me, but, only just. But still, I don't think history's going to look back with him and go, oh yeah, he was the chap that saved the human race. Yeah, with his free speech and his electric vehicles. I don't know. We'll see. We never know. Maybe it remains to be seen. I'm not saving anybody. All I'm doing is giving us all a bit of minor ZX Spectrum relief. A hand relief from the old Spectrum. It's basically like playing Daley Thompson's Decathlon on it. Tap on the keys. Love Daley Thompson's Decathlon. I do actually. To be fair, I really like the first. Isn't this funny? Daley Thompson's Decathlon, often known as Joystick Breaker, but I always liked Daley Thompson's Decathlon, the very first one, that is, where you got day 1 and day 2, isn't it, on the same tape. It's like 48k. I think it's a 128k version of it, or is that a... Can't remember. I always liked that one. I think that was the simpler of the ones, a simpler time. It's a bit like Hypersports. Hypersports is great as well. But then they started making them more advanced and cleverer and push more buttons and more angles, and I don't care about that. All I want to do is tap left and right and occasionally press a fire button. That's all there was to it. Doesn't need to be anything cleverer than that. Keep it simple. That's it. That's all we wanted. That's all we wanted from our game. You know, we didn't want anything else. Some castle on the hill there. I don't know if the sun's rising behind it, but there's some very green light coming from it. It's a big loader. I've got another tape. I think I've said... I didn't know if I've got to what said about this, but I got another tape. It's smashed. It's like... Those are the ones that I like, but I don't know if we'll get to it, but it's smashed on the edges. The corner's broken off it, and I can feel it load, but it's just... It's had a hard life, and I just... Ooh, it's kind of calling our name, you know, as a thing. But as I say, I'm not sure whether we'll get in, because we've got this episode, next episode... Yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9. We might get in. 8 and 9. Probably 8 and 9. We'll give it a try. And then we've got our choice of is it TNT or is it something else? Right, press 1 to enter the game. Oh, cool. Oh, it's got that. Good evening. Hello. Alright, I've got the movement. What was his name there? Right, I got... Okay, what's up and down? That's down. Oh, cool. I like the way the wind whistles through his hairs. Look at his hairs. He's a single hair. He's got one. I want to go through that. Oh, it's just rotate. Ah. The broker. Let's go in the broker's house. We buy remnants for... He does, he buys remnants. He's got a very thin, narrow house. There he is. Hello, nice to see you. It's called Argol. Let's go in his back room. I've escaped out his back door. It looks amazing. I have no idea what we're doing. But I am appreciating the level of the graphics. Reminds me of, is it Tignog or whatever it's called? And that one I never knew how to play either. If it hasn't got a machine gun in it, it's not Death Wish. Long Lane. I'm going to have a run down Long Lane. Okay. What's P to play with her? Hello? What's her name? Oh, it's Chest Lady. This has got all of a sudden it's got very creepy. What is your name? Hello? Oh. Oh. Hello? I should go Pitter. And she goes that way. She's like, good evening. Hello? I don't know if I can talk to her. I think I've offered her cash. Oh, she's taking cash. I've just given her 2,000 gold. Not got anything back. Oh, that went well. I think I just digitally hired somebody. The ZX Spectrum. Bit spicy from the early days. Right, let's do the load date and we'll see what else is on here. Not a game I've played. Have you played it? I've not played it. I've not played that one before. That's probably the first time it's actually appeared on What's the Tape. Mine Trap. Mine Trap. There's some interesting games on here, that's for certain. Somebody's jammed it to the gunnels as well. Mine Trap. I think I've got this. I think it comes in a very large box, cardboard box, and it's got kind of a a mesh kind of cover on it where you can kind of see through it to the thing below. I think it's either that or it's a man with squeezing an eyeball. So, well, I say a man, it's like a hand squeezing an eyeball, possibly. Maybe. I don't know, I'm very confused now. Don't even know what I'm talking about. This tape is so full. Absolutely getting your oh no, it's maybe not what I'm thinking of, or maybe it is. I don't know. Why does he seem, he's either laughing when he's touching that button, or he's a little bit concerned that he's gonna, I don't know, lose both his, lose his remaining finger. 1989, Mastertronic. Wow. I need to do a series on Mastertronic games, because there's some of my favourite ones of Mastertronic games, because they were the ones I could afford. Budget titles that I could afford, the ones that were inexpensive. They were kind of cool. They weren't your AAAs. They were whatever somebody would submit to Mastertronic, and then Mastertronic would pay them £200 or £300 or whatever it is, and then they would sell it en masse for $1.99. Funny thing is, I'm sure that you could probably get very rich in the early days doing those early games if you did them. I remember the developer of Survivor. He suggested that I think he got £500 for that. It's quite a lot of money back in the day. Somebody who said about was one called Cruising Broadway, which isn't exactly one of the better games out there, but the developer of that had said that he made sort of £350, and it was enough to furnish his entire flat. Or well, not furnish it. I mean, put new carpets down his new flat, and he was happy enough with that, which is kind of cool. I love the way this tape is just like literally full to the brim. Somebody's just like filled every single time I stop the tape. There's the next game ready to go. Space to start. First bit of music we've had. Keyboard at 7 to define keys, that'll be good. Up, down, left, right, fire, swap. Right. 1 for new game. Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Ah. I got all the 3s there now. Not played this before. You would think that'd make that disappear, wouldn't you? How does that work then? I have now moved them all into position. The 4s. Okay, don't get it. What are we doing? What am I missing here? Am I made to make this 1, 2, 3, 4? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I can make. Three. No idea. I'm going around of moves, look. I'm just running out of moves. Never played Mindtrap before. Probably won't play it again until I know what the instructions are. Very weird. Is there any instructions? Mindtrap, at the bottom of the screen. Mastertronic, yeah. Right. Music adapted by. Yep. Yep. Level defined by. What's this old game? Oh, got to have a password for it. Alright. Yeah. Okay, not a game I've played before. Have you played Mindtrap before? Is it one you've played? If it's one you've played, put it in the comments below and let me know what you're meant to do. What am I meant to do with that? It's so weird. Right, let's see what we got next. Shh, load. Software house is loading. Okay. Seems to be a lot of brain thinking, teasing games on here, which isn't very good for me because obviously I'm not got much of a brain. I'm a bit like the Scarecrow in Wizard of Oz. I'm driving Kansas in American Truck Simulator. It's very flat, and I haven't seen any tornadoes yet, or Dorothy's. Oh, that's good. Coffee is good. It's the end of the coffee, though, unfortunately. And that's Sean again. Is this Cult Games? Cult Games. Software house. Are we? Oh, we're a software house this time round. We're creating. We're going to be a developer of a software house this time round. Exciting. What kind of games are we going to create? I noticed that on the right hand side there, it looks like they've used Star Wars as a template for their games. The game is called Bang. Reviews of Bang. Software House. I've never heard of this game. I now need it. I need it for my collection. It's probably really expensive, to be honest with you. I used to like there used to be one called Software Developer or Game Developer or something similar for Android years ago. Everybody sort of had it early on, and it was very popular. And you basically hired people to come and program for you. It was quite awesome, actually, to be honest with you. Yeah, because that's what all software houses were like back in the day, of course. Shirt and tie, pen in the top pocket. They weren't that. They were cooler than that, I promise you. Some of them wore designer jumpers. Remember designer jumpers and they were a thing? Yes. I think they're back in fashion nowadays, to be honest. Software house. I haven't got that many games by Cult, actually. Cult are one of those developers that I missed a lot of their games. I've never really had that many of them. I don't know if they were more mail order than anything else, which is the reason why possibly I didn't have them. Again, though, as I said before, it's always that up north thing. Up north, we didn't get anything really. We never really got everything. All the games stayed in the south, and the north got very few. We got a lot less than we should have done anyway. I used to love going to the south because that's where you get games from. Especially W.H. Smith's and that orange and brown as it used to be. Do you remember that? Orange and brown. You could tell it's a sign of luxury when everything was brown. Yeah, brown curtains, brown floors, and orange stuffage on it, you know. So everything had a bit of orange on it. Sign of luxury. I don't know when brown became the colour of luxury, to be honest with you. I think you had to call it a day when you realised that your Cortina was brown. Not nice. Ford Cortina. Basically the most popular car in the UK at one point. They were a nice motor, actually. I'll be honest. They look nice anyway. Probably still nice today. I haven't seen one for years. Considering it was so popular, where are they all gone? Most scrap car last year, funnily enough, though, was the Ford Focus, which doesn't surprise me because I think everybody's got a Ford Focus, don't they? Press Y for another game. On top, Chris. Right, okay. Software house, what are we going to call it? Let's call it Principal. Me. I'm real. Keep it real. Jan, right, okay. Oh, I'm sure this appeared on a magazine as well, actually. Right, okay. What do we do? Sack, stock, sell, packaging, rework, book fair, artwork, promote house. Do we have any staff yet at the moment? Staff 0. Employ staff E. Successfully new members annual 10,000 a year. Whoa. Right, okay. Right, we've got one member of staff. How much money have we got? Balance is low. Let's end for the next program. Don't own any games. Review or buy program. Remaining games reviewed this quarter. Arcade game, hit potential 12%. Strategy game, hit potential, so one game 2 so far. TV license 3. Which one do you want to make an offer on? 3, please. Hello? Terry Tibbs here. Talk to me. Computer game. About TV show. Romance me. No, I'm going to kid it. Right, okay, where are Hi, I'm leading manager. We'd like to pay you 5% royalties. What? You must be joking. I've got a real masterpiece here. I'm going somewhere else. Okay. Let's do R again then. Let's see what remaining of this quarter we've got. We've got the arcade game and we've got the strategy game. Let's go with the strategy game. Talk to me. 25% of the royalties. Well, that sounds reasonable. Let's get the signed contract. I'm calling the game. Let's call it 1942. Contract signed and sealed. Right, okay. Right, let's promote. No, let's game packaging. Card, £10, plastic. Video. Let's do card. D, delegate tasks. One to duplication. Okay. Duplicating. Turns left to go. Fair booked. Market force. Oh, this is quite good actually. Quite like it. Quite like it. 0 to promote the house. Romance me. And offer the following. Give a free game in the mags, £100. Send free posters, radio advertisement. Give free games to the mags. Oh, use up aim a star, or whatever else is. Well, we'll give some free games. Nice to speak to you, bye. Right, that's £100. Market Force 2. 8 artwork. Let's use Dave Harper, number 1. Do we have artwork? How do I sell? S to sell the game. Oh no, somebody's making an offer. No. Stock count. How do I sell them? How do I sell them? Book fair. B, book a fair. Yeah. Let's book a fair. Oh, I sold the game. When did I sell the game? Oh, I made a hash of it. That's all right, actually. I quite like that one. I can see me getting into that one. That was quite good fun. Right, let's see what else is on this tape. That was all right, actually. I need a copy of that now. I definitely think they gave that away on a magazine, you know, at one point as well. I think I saw it there. Quite like that. Scrabble. Might be the last thing on the tape as well. Scrabble. Good old Poseidon. Poseidon, yes. Poseidon, the god of the seas, was fully involved in the making of Scrabble, as you may know or may not know. He spends his time coming up from the seas, working with the mermaids on the rocks. They carve little tablets out of stone, and then they with letters on them, and then they play in a lightly dusted sort of carpeted sort of. I'm talking absolute rubbish. They don't do it at all. No. Scion is the people who created this. Scion were the ones with their little handheld devices. It's amazing, isn't it? For me, some things from the 80s shouldn't have disappeared. Scion is one of them. Scion had a handheld device way before anybody else. Scion should have been making phones before anybody else. They should have been making phones with fully integrated devices in it. And Scion should have been the sort of the you know, device you think of when you think of these kind of things. But we don't. They went their own way and did their own thing, as many of these companies do, and it's like BlackBerry went to the wall, didn't it? BlackBerry had at one point the ultimate business chatting sort of email system. They were the number one, but instead of going with market forces when Android turned up and adapting themselves to become what I would call a software company, and then providing their devices as additional to their software company element of it, they still went their own way with their own operating system and whatever else it is, and it was less. And it was more complex to develop for, and it wasn't free, and all this kind of stuff. And their arrogance about their market share soon became something that disappeared. It's like the sad tale of Nokia. Nokia being gone effectively. People still know what Nokia are, but they should have been, in theory, brand leader for years, but of course they insisted on using their operating system when people were clearly making the move towards it. There must have been somebody in their department going, you know, tell you what, this Android thing is gathering steam fast. We're starting to fall behind, and people aren't enjoying the product, and they're not buying just the phones. They're buying other phones and other brands out there. There must have been a point that somebody said that Nokia, come on, time to put Android on it, and they were late. They were late to the party, and when they were late to the party, it was too late. We would have probably still talking about. To be fair, let's be honest. One of the things that Nokia did way back when, remember Express on covers for their sort of 300, 3000 series or whatever it was of phones, and you could change the cover on it, and it was awesome, and everybody was like, yes, because everybody had a Nokia, and we were all changing the covers on them. I mean, if they'd made a sort of tablet style, a flat sort of phone, they would have created it by default with Express on covers. Because they're Nokia. They would have known that that's what we wanted. Because that's what we do. We all put covers on the backs of our phones. I know I've got a cover on the back of my phone. It's even funny because my phone's a mid-range Samsung. I don't pay for expensive phones simply because I drop them and I don't see much point in it either. So I've got a mid-range phone. It does the job. It does what it's meant to do. But it was designed clearly to have a cover on it, because when you get it without the cover on it, it's got this dreadful tacky plastic back. But the moment you put a cover on it, everything sinks in, including the camera, inlay-wise and all kinds. It's somebody knew that we were going to put a cover on it. So why not go with the flow? And I'm sure that Nokia would have done better if Nokia had done it. It would have been a fantastic sort of cover on it. And it would have been indestructible. There would have been none of this putting additional stuff onto it. You wouldn't need to. You'd know that you had a Nokia Android phone that was never gonna explode. Just indestructible. What a weird world we live in. So many things that should have been, but weren't. I always find it amazing that Jurel still exists, but make accounting software. I think they're quite specialist accounting software, but Jurel still exists. Yet they had the palm of the world in their hands with some of the games and software they did. I'm not sure whether we've got enough on here for another game. We might do, because this thing's been absolutely full to the brim. Right, C for colour, because that was a thing back in the day. No, let's play one player. I'm not very good at this. Do you want the Spectrum place? No, it'll be me. Enter the name. Okay, J to juggle my things. And then you use the cursor keys to go. And then we go that way. And then we do symbol shift for options. A for across. And we're going to put a word in here because I'm really good at this. I'm going to put the word telling. There we go, that's one. Okay, would you like to place it? Yes, I would. Yay! Word accepted. And that's all it is, basically. It's kind of making words out of the whole thing. And then we'll go... And then D for down, and I want R-E... D. Read. It's correct. Yay! Word accepted. I'm getting really good at this. Look at this. I'm really good. Amazing. J to juggle my what's it, because I can't tell what's what. No, I can't juggle. I need to put something in here. Let's put day in there. Yes, I'd like to place it. It's got a very limited dictionary. Thankfully, I also have a limited dictionary, so it's going to be impossible for me to put something in here. Like, I'm loving the letters I've got. Can I do see a change? No. Let's see. Let's do day. Symbol shift. Symbol shift. Yeah, I'll place that. Word is accepted. Apparently that is a word. I've got rid of one E. I'm doing well here. I don't even know if this is a word. I hate it when it gives you all the crappy letters. Is that a word? No, it's not. Sure, no. You lose your move. Anyway, it's Scrabble. Thankfully, I've got a limited vocabulary, and so it is. So there we go. Lots of tiles left. Not really been very good at Scrabble, to be honest with you. Not very good at word games, particularly. It's not one of my favourite. Not my strong points. Let's see if there's anything else on here. Or are we actually done? We may be done for the new year. I do hope you have a lovely New Year's Eve. If you're watching this on New Year's Day, have a happy New Year. I've been your very gracious host, hopefully, for the last year, and I've rather enjoyed playing What's on the Tape and various other Spectrum games and Commodore games and Amstrad games and, well, just any games realistically, things that we love. I've rather enjoyed it all. It's been emotional, to say the least. It's been emotional, but yes, it's been good. It's been good. Rather enjoyed it. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon, even Real Genetic. Have a happy New Year. I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.